welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to color pine needles. Now we are going to do this with the Brutfuner square pencils. So you will need number 31, 78, 79, 80, and 48. Now pine needles are pretty complex. If you've ever actually looked at them closely, quite a few different greens and browns in there, so the more colors the merrier. Now, do you have to use this exact color combo? No, you can change it up. Sometimes I want mine really olivey. Other times I want them very dark green. Other times I want them bright green. Depends on my mood. But for example, I did this one with Prismas not too long ago, and it was pretty fun, but it has a lighter touch to it. So you can change them up, but the goal is to have like a brown for your shadows, a few different greens, and just make sure they're greens that work well together. Cool greens with cool greens, warm greens with warm greens. That said, I sometimes break the rules and put warm greens in with cool greens, which you'll kind of see today. But if you're just starting out and you're afraid you're going to make a hot mess, yeah, do that. All right, the other rule is when I am making pine needles, I ignore the lines. Teresa Goodridge, because that is we are working in today, Christmas charm. She makes beautiful little pine tree things here, but in all due respect, I'm going to ignore them, just like I did on that other picture. Now, I do follow kind of where they're at, but even then, I ignore the lines. Now, she has a lot more fluffy ones, which makes it easier, but I do have a tutorial on my channel using Prismas in a Hannah Carlson book, and that one I 100% ignored the lines. They were practically not even there. So I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description below to that one as well, just so you can see on different styles of artistry. So we're just going to do a couple here, because honestly, once you see it in action, you really don't need me to keep going. So let's start with this one. I'm going to take my number 31, which is a brown, and I'm going to take it across here, add just a few flicks, and this is like a nice chocolatey brown. Now we are doing the flicking motion. However, Brutfuner squares are incredibly soft. They're not like polys, so you need to be cautious and not press too hard. All right, take number 78 now. And this is where I say we're kind of just ignoring what's there. I don't really care if I go over her outline. Now get ready to move your page a whole bunch, because the one thing you will care about is see like how it's fluffing in a curve. You want to kind of stick to that. Okay, so now that we're going to take number 79, and same thing. Very light flicks. I don't care if I'm going out because I want that effect. Help if I stay on camera though. Out of lines, not out of frame. Okay. And then take number 80. This is kind of like a brighter green-ish color. Now, when you're doing just a one-off, you're like, oh, that looks so messy. But once they're all together, these little flicks that go out of the lines look really cool. It's just when you do one at a time, you're like, ew. All right, number 48. So do keep that in mind if you're only doing, if it's your first one, don't be like, oh my gosh, I've ruined my page. The effect will be there. So from afar, get a nice little look to it. Okay. These are a little crumblier. Didn't have my brush. All right, now taking 31, and I'm going to tackle this one up here. And draw some shadows behind there. Just add a little bit more. Now you want to vary these up with the amount of each color you do in each one. They should never be exactly the same. Like I shouldn't place that brown exactly everywhere on each one, if that makes sense. Okay, number 78. Just be very free with it. Like honestly, just This is one of those times where you can go out of the lines for one. Giving you permission. So like just have fun. All right, 79. The point though is you might be going out of the lines but still have a center point. So this center point here is what we're flicking off of. Now I don't even care if I flick onto these because they will be flicking back onto this one down the road anyway. Again, see, and then keep turning your pencil like you would if you were doing hair. Maintain that sharp point as long as possible because these are a lot softer. Number 80. Again, just keep turning it so it's always comfortable on your wrist because the flicking motion is not very hand friendly. Okay, number 48. In this instance, I'm using this number to kind of fill in some of the white gaps that are showing. Still ignoring the lines. And there. So I have made 2 little pine, are they pine boughs, bows, whatever. I'm not here to teach vocab. So that is all you do. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not very impressive. What I'm going to do is stop the video and I'm actually going to finish all of these pine pieces. I'm just going to use the same colors though, and not, you know, keep changing it up. And then what I'll do is insert a picture at the end of this tutorial so you can see what it looks like as a whole. Because like I said, it looks funky when you do one, but as you keep building up, it is going to just look so cool as these little pieces start overlapping one another. So something also to keep in mind is your background needs to be done, or whatever's behind it, before you color in this, because obviously, see, I've gone over my wall here. Now, if I hadn't colored in my wall, I would have nowhere to, like, I would be coloring back over my greenery. And then over here, I've already gotten all the background. Up here is some holly leaves, so I'll leave those out and just do all the pine, including in the wreath. That way you guys can kind of see it in the picture, and then you'll know what I'm talking about once it's all filled in and looks all fluffy and pretty. So thank you for watching this quick tutorial using the square Brutfuners, and go ahead and check out my link below if you want to do the ones with Prismacolor and even more ignoring the lines, but it actually comes out really, really cool. Oh, and before I forget, one fun little thing, if you feel the black lines are too much, just take a white gel pen, any will do, I just happen to have a Pentel Milky Pop next to me, and make some lines on top. This helps break up some of the black lines from the artwork. I use this in my Prisma one as well, but also gives it a little bit of a frosty effect because, I mean, look, we've got little things of snow everywhere. So it kind of helps bring it out. See how much that enhanced it? Thank goodness I didn't forget that part. So yes, now I will go and finish it and share a picture at the end so you can actually see the full effect. But thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.